Tonight, we get to see Star Wars through the eyes of Great Britain, South Korea, and France.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Visions-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with Visions Volume 2, Episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
definitely. And tonight's going to have some, I think we're going to have some good conversations tonight.
I think so too. I'm really excited, actually.
Yep, but before we jump in, we should go over the Spotify Q&A from last week.
Yeah.
So all I asked last week was, what are your thoughts on the first 3 episodes of Visions? Because that's what we covered last episode. So let's see. And we only got 5 responses, but Jonathan says, Sith was my favorite of the first 3. The use of color to illustrate her struggle between the light and the dark was amazing. Only when she found balance could she also find peace. Beautiful episode. Well spoken. Yep. Definitely
Agreed.
good understanding of the episode. Addie says episode 3, number 3, so that would have been In the Stars. Retta says, they're okay. I like the creativity, but I'm not a huge fan of Visions in general. That's a hot take.
Ooh, hot take.
Hot take. JD says, I thought some were pretty cool. Kind of think season 1 was better, though. Okay. And then we have our friend Charlie Hepp, who says his random comments that we have no idea what he's talking about. But this one actually makes a little bit more sense, even though it has nothing to do with the question. Charlie Hepp says, I'm going on my walk with the girls now, so I'll text her and see if I need anything from her, and then I should have her come back and pick me up at the front door, so I'll just wait for her and fashion.
How does that make sense? I love that we randomly read this guy's text messages, dude.
I'm just afraid, like, what if we don't read them, and then, like, what happens? Like,
so you know what's kind of funny is that I have a coworker named Charlie, and I wonder what his last name is, because he has 2 girls.
Well,
like,
Charlie says Charlie Hepp.
Like, secretly, like, listening to this podcast and doesn't want to say anything to me about it.
I don't know.
And he definitely seems like the kind of person as well that would not be able.
So are you going to ask him, try and get his last name or no?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you have to ask him before he listens to this episode because we're talking about him, so like he'll know. That you're on to him.
I'll ask a different coworker tonight or tomorrow right away and see.
All right, cool. So Charlie Hepp, we're on to you. Maybe if you're not his coworker, then
I have no idea what's going on.
I could just do Google search or Facebook search, see if I see any Charlie Hepps.
I don't know any Charlie Hepps.
All right. Well, anyway, you're not here for this weird
Charlie Hepps.
Weird conspiracy.
If you are
theory.
Charlie Hepps and you're listeing, what is going on?
It's probably one of those things where like you gotta like read it backwards and it all makes sense, and then like tells a story or something.
Nah, can you try it right now?
No, I'm good. All right. Well, Visions, Season 2, Volume 2, 4, 5, and 6. So, if you haven't noticed yet already, if you're going back after you watch the episodes, they do have the behind the scenes for all the episodes.
Told me that.
Drew, did you watch any of them or no?
I did not.
So here's fun fact about episode 3, In the Stars. That is not stop motion. That is not claymation. It's 100% CGI. they did CGI in the style of stop motion claymation stuff.
That's dope.
They got us. You got who was that again? That was Chili. Chili, you got us. Got us. So that was really cool. A lot of these behind the scenes on these episodes, I've only watched the first 6, so I'm caught up for like tonight's episode. But they're really interesting because, like, last week we were like, yeah, if you're from one of these countries and like you notice like some cultural things with it, like that we were missing, let us know.
Oh, it's probably all in there.
It's all in this thing. Like,
gotcha. Did you watch tonight's at least?
Yeah, I've gone through the first 6, so I'm
okay. Perfect.
So, but this notes from last week episodes that we should mention. So there's a lot of red and yellow in last week's episode, and that's 2 main colors in Spain. Like, so there's that.
That makes sense.
The hilts of the lightsabers were based off of like real historical swords from Spain. So
that's cool.
That was really cool. That was the two main things I remembered from that one. Screecher's Reach from Ireland. So they working in a factory. Well, there's a history of a lot of like intense factory working. The ghost in the cave is like folklore type thing in Ireland.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, also, so it's all like 2D animation stuff, but when they're in the cave and the ghost is going crazy, they used like paint brushes. That was all like hand painted brush strokes. So it's like when you look at it, like it's a weird contrast from like what the rest of it looks like. Well, that's why, because they were.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then in the stars, it wasn't claymation stop motion. It was just CGI, but they went to the southern tip of Chile, which is all the way at the bottom, and they researched like all the plant life and stuff. So a lot of the plants that like grow when the stars open up again, like those are like actual like types of plants that you can kind of see in Chile.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was really cool. So
that's sweet. I dig that.
Yeah. But we might as well just jump into this week's 3 episodes. So first one up, episode 4, I Am Your Mother by Aardman Studios, which is out of Britain, which is most famous for Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit. And this was the one you were most excited for, almost, well, except for like maybe what we thought was claymation. But Drew, what did you think of I Am Your Mother?
I think I mentioned it last week. I still love this episode. I thought it was really fun, really like just carefree kind of episode. Overall, I thought it was really well done, and it kept me and my 2.5-year-old entertained, or 1.5-year-old entertained the entire time. And I don't know, I liked it. I've seen it like more than anything else on this Vision series. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Were you happy to see Wedge?
That was pretty cool.
Voiced by actual Wedge, the actor.
Yep, I did look that up.
That's cool.
And I saw that was, so I thought that was a cool callback. And yeah, I don't know. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just a fun, carefree kind of episode. Like I said, like if this was like an episode of Bad Batch, I probably wouldn't have liked it. But it's not like
it was basically that episode of
exactly episode. The art style, I enjoy that, and it like gives me a lot of memories too of watching Chicken Run as a kid. I loved that movie as a kid, Chicken Run.
I only remember watching that movie once. And
really?
I don't remember anything.
I've seen that movie more than I've seen Wallace and Gromit, honestly.
I have never even seen Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So.
Cool. This might be my bottom episode of the season.
Really?
Yeah. It was just, I think it's because, one, I had high expectations. I was like super excited, like as it being like the comedic episode, which it was funny, but it was kind of a very simple story that you knew what was going to happen. Like, oh, the teenage daughter fighting with her mom, and then she's embarrassed by her mom, and then they
that's
team up again. They're happy and they solve their problems and they beat the evil teenage girl and her mom. All that stuff. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, sure, yeah. It's a very the story is very. We've seen it.
Right. I feel like there's a lot of Easter eggs that I didn't see. Like it's one of those episodes you got to go back and watch and just look at the background. Because I know they
Oh yeah.
mentioned stuff about that like in the behind the scenes. Like they have a lot of stuff in the background, and so
I think in her room, I think there was like the Ray doll was in there from like the same kind of stormtrooper doll that she had. You know,
right. And I think there's a
there's
lot
like
of
a
Luke Skywalker specific like
merch.
stuff in the background, like things that he had, like props and stuff or whatever. Like I think that's what they said, something like that. And so, but yeah, so it was. I like the thing that I liked the most that was funny was the Death Star laser thing that they had, that the
Oh yeah.
mom and the evil mom and daughter had. I thought that was funny. Did you watch my reaction to this episode?
No, because I think your thumbnail. I didn't watch your reactions because I didn't want to be spoiled on your.
Well, you don't have to watch them first. I can watch them after. Like I was
Well,
more.
no, I didn't want to know your reaction to what you're gonna
Oh,
say tonight on the podcast.
because I think my thumbnail for this one was 2 thumbs down or something like that.
Yeah. So I saw that and I'm like, oh, that's I came in here knowing that this was gonna be your bottom tier one. So,
Yeah,
but like I didn't want to watch them once I realized I'm like, well, I kind of want to be surprised and react with you like on the podcast.
right.
So.
I get that. Yeah, because the funny comment I made when I was watching that episode in reaction was, like when the little Death Star laser thing tries to shoot our main characters and like they do the Ryloth roll. You know,
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, I looked at the camera, I was like, something like, if only Alderaan knew the the Ryloth roll. But yeah, so it was just a simple, straightforward episode. Definitely something the little kids would like. Like Miles likes it.
Miles loves it. He thinks it's super cool. If he sees it like anywhere on Disney Plus, he points to it like he wants to watch it because that's what that this episode feels like. That's what it's for. Now the next episode, someone's head gets chopped off, legitly. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
there's levels to these vision. The whatever the ghost one, like what the I can't watch that with him. Like I did, and he had nightmares. Like, and he's 1.5. So like, but this one, like I played it with him. I knew he was gonna love it, and sure enough, he loved it. It's cartoony. It's his style of entertainment, as in like it's gonna draw him in. So
Has he
for
watched?
me, I feel like I liked it.
Has he watched IU's song yet?
Yes.
Is he like that one?
Yeah, and he liked Into the Stars as well.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Because it's like similar, like colorful and bright noise. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I picked those ones. I'm assuming that they would be good. And Into the Stars was a little dark, but like it was still pretty good. And this one's super carefree though. Like, if you're listening to this and you're like, I wanted to watch these with my younger kids, and I don't know after watching the Irish one, like, no, watch this one, you'll be fine. This one's 100% safe for your child. Like, this is good. Irish one, probably not.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's it for that episode. But before we get into the next episode, Journey to the Dark Head, let's take a little commercial break from our good friend Lucy.
Hey everyone! Fictional Lucy here, and I'm pleased to tell you that I'm just one of the many characters created in the original Star Wars audio drama some Empire Radio fans made. The story of my friends and I, called the Voicemail Cinematic Universe, played out through 86 voicemails. The problem is, our adventures are only audio. Unless you give us a hand. The goal is to have an illustration for every voicemail provided by you listeners. We're looking for any type of media. digital art, Legos, painting, photography, anything at all. And don't worry if you're not professional. If you want to see the drama we go through come to life, just click on the link in the description that takes you directly to a Google Doc. It'll guide you through the whole process of creating and submitting your art. Colonel Doss, Will, Darth Daddy, and all us VCU characters can't wait to see what you can do. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, that fiendish Sith Lord, do it.
Do
Do
it.
it. Yeah,
I saw another email that we got
Yep,
from
yesterday. We got 2 this week from Dad's Door.
or 2. Wow.
And he commented in the Discord saying he's working very hard on the voicemail. Well, there is a space battle. So
I'm telling you, like, at this point, it's a waste to play this.
I-
He's gonna finish it all up, and
I counted all of his submissions. He's literally has done half of all the things. So
oh gosh,
that's cool.
hey, I'm down, dude.
But we still got a few left. And so look, there's people here that have been listening to this commercial every day or every week for the past
year.
what has it been since last fall? I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was
It's been a hot minute though.
I can't remember what it was because I remember like the first time I did it was like some like might have been like D23 or something, and it was like Star Wars news. And I used the breaking news. I'm like, Drew, we got breaking news. You're like, wait, what? And I surprised you with
Oh, yeah. And you also did that to Andrew during.
yeah. I tried to get him, but whatever.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah, so we got like was it 10 left or something like that, and so go. I know you've been listening
10
every
left.
week. There's some simple ones in there. There's one with like I think it's just Will and his droid. And there's a couple other simple ones where it's like a single character talking. So take it
Well-
quick, grab it before someone else does.
I was gonna say though, by this rate, if we get 2 a week, that's only 5 more weeks, and then it's done.
And it's done. So, but Dazdor, he puts out like 2 a week, 3 a week.
That's what I'm saying. So,
So,
we could just like bake
get
on
it, get it done, y'all. Get it done. Get it done.
If you want your art to be in this video before Dashboard takes it all down,
Yeah, because I see people who follow us, new followers on Instagram. And I'm a creeper. I go on everyone who follows. I click on it just to see who you are. And there's people on there that are like artists, and they're like their whole page is just them doing art stuff. And I'm like, bro or sis, like, come on, do something. But all right, that's it. We'll get the commercial again next week if
gonna
we're
come.
not all done. So.
and you know where you guys can watch the premiere of this most likely at this rate? EmpireCon.
EmpireCon, but if you want to see it, you gotta come to EmpireCon
Yes.
if you want to see it on the big screen. So go join the Discord because we're doing a fan meet and greet hangout for Friday through Sunday in August. Go join the Discord to get all the details. But if we don't have enough people, then it's not gonna cover the cost of the movie theater. So if you want to see it on the big screen, you gotta come, or else we'll just have to watch a regular Star Wars movie or something in the theater
Yeah.
instead. But come to EmpireCon. It'll be a lot of fun.
True.
All right.
Sign up in Discord.
Sign up in Discord. All right. Cool. All right. Next episode is Journey to the Dark Head by Studio Mer, which is out of South Korea. Same studio that did Legend of Korra, which is the only project they've done that I've seen. And so I like the animation in Legend of Korra, and I was excited for this episode. So, Drew, what did you think of this episode?
I loved it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. I know I saw your reaction, like not your reaction, but I saw your thumbnail that you didn't like as much. And by you smiling and being sneaky over there, I can kind of have the feelings from you. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought like I don't know. I think the concept behind it was really interesting and creative. And I also think like the fighting scene was a fighting scene. Like it was good. And the animation was amazing. I loved it. I love that style of animation. So I liked it. Jeremiah, hit it. Bring it.
So I agree with you that it was visually stunning. It looked really good. but I was confused the whole time,
Oh, really?
and I've watched it multiple times, and it's just I'm still confused by it, and
Explain
so
why you're confused.
the one thing that I don't like, the big plot point that I don't understand is, so let's see, what's the girl's name? Like Ara or something like that. I don't understand why she went to like a Jedi council asking permission to go to that thing, but she never wanted a Jedi to be with her. So like I didn't understand like why she went to the Jedi council to get approval.
I think she had to get approval from watching it, and I watched it tonight before just to get a refresher. I think she was trying to get approval to destroy an artifact from the
Well,
Jedi.
well, it was, no, she wanted approval to go cut off the head of the dark side head.
Yeah, because in her mindset that would like fix
Well, I get why she wanted to do
the
that,
war, but that's her mindset. But I think she needed approval because it's still a Jedi artifact.
but it's not, because
It
the whole
is.
thing at the beginning was they're not part of this Jedi, they're not part of the Sith, they're not associated with either side. They're just there to record
But
the history.
isn't like yes, true. But isn't that all like the history behind all of that? Isn't that has to do with like the way the Jedi think, right? Is like if there's balance and like if she sways it one way, then she would be causing the balance not to be balanced anymore. So I think she just felt like she was supposed to ask if she's like allowed to do this.
I guess, but I don't know.
That's my take on it, and that's what I was thinking. And like after the whole thing, I realized that that other Jedi knew that that wasn't gonna happen. Like she actually wasn't gonna chop it off.
I don't know.
Like from like watching it a couple times and like thinking about it, I feel like that Jedi was kind of like a not like a Yoda, but like in the sense of like she could tell the future enough where she knew that that wasn't the outcome wasn't actually gonna happen.
I don't know. I'm still
That's
confused.
the feel I got out of that situation.
I don't know. It was just like it just seemed unnecessary for her to go to the Jedi Council. And then the big thing that I just completely missed my first time through was I thought that, so she goes to the Jedi Council, blah blah, and it's like, all right, we're gonna send a Jedi with you. And so then we see the scene with Tall and his master, going through visions, and he's talking to him, and they're arguing. And that Jedi comes in and is like, "Oh, Tall, we got a mission for you." Well, I thought for some reason Tall was the master, and so then when the kid went, I thought the kid faked being the person that was going to accompany this girl on the thing. So I thought it was like he wasn't even supposed to be on this mission, and it was supposed to be his master. And I realized I misheard the name in the dialogue during that scene. So it's like, no, they actually wanted this Padawan to go on this mission. And it's like I totally missed that, because it was just you had to know the name of the character right away, catch it right away, and then know it. And I didn't do that, so that was my fault. But I was still confused though by like what. Okay, that Sith guy wanted him to join the dark side. I get that, but I don't know. I felt like there's a scene where like I finally understand why the council sent me on this mission, and it's like the light side and dark side of himself looking at each other, and then he kills the Sith guy. I'm like, huh? Like, I don't know. I was just confused.
I understand your confusion.
But if you want a cool eye candy, just watch some amazing visuals.
Yeah,
It's a great episode for that.
And like for me too, like I said last week, like I don't look that deep into these things because like it doesn't matter. It's not canon. And so like for me it's just like if I could understand it enough and fall like the story and like the flow of it and it's visually amazing, that's what I'm ranking this on. And I liked it. I thought it was fun. I think the animation, like you said, is eye candy. Like it's really, really well done. And I don't think there's anything about this episode for me that I didn't like. Besides, like I kind of wasn't like a huge fan of that Jedi because he just seemed like a weaker version of Anakin. Like he was super moody and like
He's just
annoying.
a
And
teenager, okay? That's just who he is.
yeah, I don't know. That was like my only like after I'm like this guy's kind of annoying, but I did like at the end like they kind of felt like they became friends through this and they're gonna work together and
Oh, also, it's not like a bad thing, but the girl sounds exactly like Sabine in Rebels.
oh yes for sure
And the whole time, like, who is this she sound like? Like, who is this? And then it dawned like, this is sounds exactly like Sabine. So now every time I watch it, I'm like, it sounds like Sabine to me.
yeah
Not the same voice actress, but I don't know.
no yeah it's not the same at all, but I think it just seems like I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like for me, that kind of threw me off at first when I first watched it was that she wasn't a Jedi. Like I was kind of confused by that.
Right.
And so when she was asking the Jedi for permission, I thought she was asking the Jedi for permission because she was like a young, like
Yeah, I thought she ended up becoming a Jedi,
yeah,
but then they're like, okay, we're gonna send a Jedi with you.
yeah,
Oh, okay, she's not a Jedi.
yeah, and she didn't have force powers, so because she had gadgets and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's like,
but
but the whole visual in the beginning was really cool. Like that concept is really cool.
about the rain going on the rocks, and then it's
It tells a
like,
story, but it's like brief seconds, and they have to mark everything like
and they
that.
gotta
That's
like
a cool
learn to
concept.
interpret it and all that
Yeah,
stuff. But the story, like with the two heads, is an interesting concept. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's a
I
cool
thought it
story.
was a cool, like they could have just simplified the story as her just, she didn't even have to go to DECCON. She could have just her like with some friends later on, like, this is 10 years after that opening scene, and she's like, we're gonna go back and we're gonna destroy the dark head.
Yeah, or like she just was like building. She they left it right. They left that planet, and then she was able to. This war was going on, and she decided to go back and try to do her part. And just so happens a Jedi was there,
Right.
and then that Jedi interacted with a Sith, and then she realizes that image she was that third person.
Yeah.
Like it would have done the same outcome and it would have been a little bit easier to follow along. So like I understand what you mean. Like it is a little bit confusing, but like I don't know. For me, like it didn't like make me not like it because like I said, I don't
Right.
all these they're not canon.
But like I wonder, I liked how, I don't even know if maybe it's just my interpretation, might not be what they're intending, but like I liked how when they were fighting on like the ring or whatever, and they like go into the ring and they're like fighting, and it kind of looked like Crate from episode 8 and like underground, and they're like the tall guy, he's like trying to destroy the red like pillars underground to like harm the dark side. Um, and then that's like what caused. I felt like that's what caused the heads to go out of balance and like switch things, because like whatever that ring was, it was damaged, so it wasn't working right. But it was interesting that they portrayed the dark side as red versus blue. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was cool. Like, yeah, we're all okay. Red is like the Sith lightsaber, and then blue is like the most common light side dark lightsaber. So it's like it makes sense, but it was just interesting seeing it that way.
It was easier to follow along through that way too.
Yeah, and then like when things were getting like out of whack, then it turned purple. So it's like, okay, what red and blue make purple? Like, so it was cool how they used the colors to represent the light and the dark, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So are you saying Mace Windu was a little both?
I don't know about. He just wanted a purple lightsaber. That's all. Samuel L. Jackson just wanted a purple lightsaber. But yeah. So
I saw a super funny thing about him.
What?
But it has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Is it appropriate? Because it's Samuel L.
No,
Jackson.
well,
not family friendly.
Have you been hearing about that basketball player who's been like causing issues outside of basketball?
No.
So there's like really good younger guy. He's like one of the best players right now. And he got like arrested.
I think I heard he had some.
He pulled a gun out on live stream and he got arrested. And he did it again. Like last weekend. And then I saw a meme of like Samuel Jackson as what's that when he was that basketball coach?
Oh, Coach Carter.
And it was like, this is the only coach that could fix him. And it was a picture of Coach Carter next to him. Like, yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's funny. All right.
Watch Coach Carter if you haven't. That's a good movie.
I have not seen that.
I don't know if it holds up, but it was...
That was a long time. It was like 20 years
ago.
It was
a movie when it first came out. I don't know if it's politically correct anymore, but it was good when it came out.
All right. Most movies 20 years ago weren't, so...
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Don't take my word on it, but if I would have to watch it again to make sure it is, but it was good when it came out. And there's so many actors that were on that basketball team that are now like big and huge. So it's kind of cool.
I can't remember what it was. I saw like it's a meme of like there's some movie from like 25 years ago where there's like a bunch of actors and actresses are like
younger ones.
Like I don't even there's no one knew about them back then, but they're all in this one movie. It's like as like minor characters probably didn't even get credits in them, but like.
Well, what's the name of that actor that is in like 21 Jump Street and like Magic Mike? What's his name?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, he was like one of the main basketball guys, but like side character basketball guy.
Wasn't he like super skinny back then too? Like
he's skinnier. I mean, he's still.
I just think it's funny to see all these like jack guys now. But like but back when they first started in movies, they're like looking like me, like super skinny and like.
That was before, like, the Hollywood gave them the steroid permission to do.
They're not on steroids. They're not. But instead of taking steroids, you know what you can do, Drew, to get a little more energy and pep in your step?
A little more juice in your system.
If you need to juice up a little bit and get some more energy legally, why don't you take a listen to our commercial from our sponsor today, Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So let's take a listen.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it. All right. Cool. Well, last up tonight is The Spy Dancer by Studio Lachette. I don't know. I don't speak French, so I'm not sure exactly how they said it in the behind the scenes thing. I think it's I thought they said Lachette,
Shit.
But I don't know. I could be hearing things. I don't know.
Did you mention the behind the scenes of the last episode?
I don't really remember much from that.
All right.
It was just like something about that, like that rope spear thing that the Sith had. Like something about snakes or something or whatever. I don't know. Something about Korean culture and snakes or something. I don't know. Just like the episode itself, there wasn't much that I understood from it. But the Spy Dancer out of a French studio. And so, Drew, what are your thoughts on this episode?
When I was first watching this, I was like, this is dumb. I hate it. And then you understand what's going on. I think it's really good. And then you're like, why is this not its own TV show? At the end of this, you're like, this needs to be its own thing. The animation was not my favorite by far. Probably my least favorite out of all the animations in this. Like, I don't like the art style. Not that it wasn't good. It was visually cool, but like the fast stormtrooper kind of threw me off.
After the fact, I should have been like, that guy's a little chunky to be a stormtrooper.
That guy, yeah, like it kind of threw me off. I was like, if I want to see if I want to be in a stormtrooper suit, that's probably what it could look like. So I'm not a huge fan of that.
Well, we know what you look like if you were in a Boba Fett costume, right?
Hey,
remember Steph always
not bad. Okay. But yeah, I was just like, dude, did I ever mention what's the funny thing about that?
What?
I probably have.
What?
So like one Halloween, I don't even know if I was married yet. I think I would have.
No, I remember the picture of Steph was a stormtrooper and you were.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember. But everyone was saying like, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? And she didn't understand the joke.
Oh.
So the whole time, like afterwards, she's like, why was everyone calling me short? Like her friends, like it was like at like a church event. Like these are people that know her forever, and they're like, what? She didn't understand it. And like random people kept saying that too, and she's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "Oh, it's like in Star Wars." And I explained it to her, and then she's like, "Oh, I see." I was like, "Yeah, it's a legit Star Wars joke, and it's kind of funny if you understand." But she like towards the end of the night after like the Halloween, she was like taking offensive to this joke, and she's not realizing what was going on. But anyways, but hey, I looked good in that one. Okay, chill, wasn't that bad. But I don't know. So like the art style like wasn't my favorite. I didn't really like the art of it, but the story was really good. I really enjoyed the story, the concept. I knew right away as soon as she didn't recognize that person to be the bad guy. I realized right away like, oh, that's her kid. So I thought that was kind of cool. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this episode was amazing.
Your favorite episode?
Not my favorite one. Probably my second favorite. But I really, really liked everything about this episode. I have no complaints. I really like the art style. I think the art style it's good because of the art style and the story. Like if it was a different art style, I don't think it would work.
Really?
I think that if Studio Mer did this one with all their amazing visuals, I don't think it would have as much of a payoff. I just think that the look and feel of it added to the impact of the story.
But I think I would have liked it more if it was the same visuals as, say, episode 2 from last week.
Screecher's Reach.
Yeah, like I like that style, and like maybe it's like Rogue or Rebels. Like I got used to it and I started really loving the art style, but at first I hated it. And maybe it's something similar to that, where like if it was a whole TV show, like maybe I would have got used to it and then started to love it and really appreciate that art style. I don't know. We got 20 minutes of it, not even. So Just a fast stormtrooper like really threw me off, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like, it took me out of the moment. And for me, like, you get 20 seconds or 20 minutes, keep me in the whole time. But then towards the end, like you said, like the story is so well done that it brought me back in. The only time that I thought was a little weird was when the guy was using chainsaw to cut off the droid's
Yeah,
head.
it kind of came out of
I was
nowhere,
like,
but
why did you?
but he's a mechanic guy trying to build a ship to escape the planet, so like it makes sense.
A
But
saw, not like like a.
well, they're under imperial occupation. Like they probably don't have
Like you
weapons.
would have like a laser.
They have that sword thing that she has out of her sheath sword out of her wrist. That's their weapons that they have.
That's true. I just like I don't think that we've ever seen a blade saw in Star Wars. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
so.
it was too like realistic to us. Like I would have thought it would have been a saw with like lasers at the end or something. You know what I mean?
Actually, we have seen like a saw thing in not like that specific kind of saw, but like in Rebels season 2 when Maul is trying to like sway Ezra to like kill the Inquisitor. Like the Inquisitor has like a spinny thing on, huh?
Season 2?
The finale.
Oh yeah.
Remember, she has like the saber has like blades that come on and start spinning. And
But
like,
it's still a saber though.
But-
Like I'm talking about this guy.
I know,
was
but I'm saying, but it was like a circular saw though. It wasn't the blades.
Yeah.
It was a circular saw that was there.
That's true. But it felt it's like this guy pulled out a chainsaw and just started cutting this thing. I'm like,
Well, I know
why
what
do
it was, but not the only one we've seen.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so the behind the scenes on this episode was really
I bet
good.
you took heck of notes, huh?
It was really good, really good. Like this story is very, very, very historically representative of World War II France and Paris.
Ooh.
Like it's literally out of
behind-
France in Paris, like during World like
Oh.
there's literally like a cabaret
Mhm.
like thing that spied on German shoulders, and they would pass on intel to the Allied forces. Like it's literally something that happened.
Oh, cool. Okay, now I really like. I need to watch this.
So the character, the spy dancer, the main character, who has the big, like sheets for like that was literally a dancer from France that had big, huge, like bed sheets basically and dancing in them and stuff like that. The architecture of, the thing was like very reminiscent of French culture, and so this whole episode was basically
loosely based off a true story.
It was basically a true story. It was basically Paris during World War II, during
the
occupation.
So, cool.
So like I should have figured that out on my own. Like I should have just known that. Like why didn't I get that? I feel stupid for that. But like it was just really interesting for them to like, this is like our history, this is our culture, like this is what we went through. Like, and it's just literally what 80 years ago that they went through this. Like it's not that long ago.
I know, that's what's crazy.
And so that was really cool.
I love watching I love the history and like watching documentaries and stuff like that about World War II. So I would love to know more about that.
Yeah. And they really talk about how they wanted to parallel Luke and Vader's relationship from episode 5, when like to reveal like I am your father. Like they wanted to like do like a reverse of that, where the mother, who's like the rebel, says I am your mother, and then the son has to have a realization of what's going on. So it was just a cool parallel, like opposite, contrasting parallel.
And I thought it was really cool because like when she's flying, she sees a glimpse of the droid and the guy in the hood, which is really similar to like the person who took her kid.
Right.
And as she's falling because she messed up because she was so in shock to see them.
Right.
You're getting this flashback, and the same time the visuals are falling at the same time, and then like the other people realizing that she fell and it wasn't like part of it, and it was really really cool, and then she still landed it. Like she almost broke character in a sense, but then they didn't. Like it was really really cool concept, and then really well done visually and like, well, yeah, visually. I was gonna say listening or leave, but that's not a word.
Did you like the frog music guy that was like
Yeah, with
that
the
weird
pipe.
that weird yeah, but he had this weird instrument that like
Well, it was like
I don't know what
conductor, but he had his own like stage without real people. So like he was able to conduct these things that were playing the music in the right way. But if he messed up conducting it, then it probably would have messed up.
right.
So it was actually a conductor doing work
Yeah.
besides just moving their hand around.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a cool concept as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, like the first like 5 minutes, or like not even 5 minutes, like the first like 35 seconds, I was like, what is up with this fat stormtrooper? And I didn't like it. And then the art style was like a little weird, and it took me out of it a little bit. And then after that, once we actually got to the story and what was happening, I thought it was a really, really cool concept, and I really liked it a lot. And I don't know if you picked up on this, but like the fob she was using was the same that Obi-Wan was using in episode 1.
I vaguely say, but I didn't do a comparison, but
Yeah, it was like that.
the shaver razor thing.
Yeah. And I picked it up because I remember, because there was like when the toys came out for episode 1, you got like these chips and you can put them on a giant version of it. It was like really big, and it would like do sound effects from those characters. And I picked up on it right away because I remember having that big thing and also like seeing it. So like I thought that was really cool callback.
Yeah. Yeah. There was something else I was talking about the beginning. I really liked like the trooper transports were like had wheels.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that? I thought that was a cool design for a ground. I think
Star Wars, we don't have wheels.
We have what the
one thing,
the one in Kashyyyk, those things in Kashyyyk, and then also in Jyn Erso, she's in one of them. So
which is a transport.
They're the same thing. The one from episode 3 on Kashyyyk is the same one that she's in.
Yeah, so I guess the Empire is too cheap, so they have wheels.
I think it's cool to see wheels in Star Wars. That's all. I thought it was cool.
There's definitely more doors than wheels in Star Wars universe.
Well, yeah, there's cars. That is definitely true. But I don't know. I still like how the story ended with the son contemplating like the spark of rebellion is in his mind, like to know that he was completely betrayed. And I like how why does he only have one eye? Well, it's because that species on that planet has 2 different colored eyes, so they had to get rid of one. And then they shave off the little horn things. I'm like, this is like, I thought it was just so cool. That's how they did that.
I thought that was cool too, because it also like they did that, like the Empire did that to make him look not like those species.
Right.
And for him not to realize that his dad wasn't actually his dad.
Right. I also that K2 droid was terrifying. Dude, I hope we see K2 droids like that in Andor season 2.
When
they're just like scared.
K2 droid walked in and you saw the guy with the cane, did you think it was Palps for a second?
No.
Oh, I did for like a brief second. I'm like, what? Palpatine's there? And the music got like a little bit more eerie. And then when she started flying, I'm like, okay, this would have been like a completely different story if Palps was sitting in like that. He was watching this entertainment.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought it was cool.
That'd be cool.
I like that they added the K2 droid too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like my top droid of all time.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if they did visions, like they can see the 3, like a studio did took like main characters, like just all main characters that we know, and made an episode on something. Like that'd be cool.
I think it would be cool. Season 3 is if they take the 2 seasons and find the studios that had stories that ended with like a cliffhanger
Yeah.
or ended in a way where like
Yeah.
we could get more and actually let them do more. And I feel like a lot of these studios that do it like that, they're hoping that they'll get paid to do more too.
Yeah, I really want to know the conclusion or more from the Ninth Jedi. That was the biggest cliffhanger of all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like
but this one would be cool just to see.
this would be cool. I'm trying to think of other ones from season 1 that would have.
So what are the ones in? You got
The samurai one would have been kind of cool.
yeah. Guess or maybe like a prequel to that because he had like all those kyber crystals of like Sith
Yeah,
people that he killed or
a
whatever.
prequel to that would have been sweet. Like a sequel to the Irish one would be really cool.
Yeah, from this season.
Him realizing that he is, or she realizing that she's a Sith, and then like going back to her home planet and interacting with her old friends as a Sith.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yep.
And sad. It's like that one we'd be like, all right.
Or it'd be cool.
Where's our tissues?
It'd also be cool if Vision season 3 was a what if season.
They just didn't make what if, bro.
And so then it's like all these studios just do what ifs. That'd be cool.
Like, a cool what if, I was thinking about this the other day. What if Luke wasn't the son to Anakin?
You're just some random kid.
It's just a bad guy.
Yeah.
The outcome would have been different.
Right. I saw something the other day. Someone was what if Ahsoka raised Luke?
I saw that one.
I didn't watch it, but
did you see who did it?
no. I saw
Brady made that video.
Was that Brady?
Yeah. Yeah, it was his
Was it?
channel. Yeah.
Is that where I saw that?
Popping off, bro. Just putting that out there. You guys go watch. What's the name of their YouTube clip channel?
Bantha Stew? Is that what it's called?
No.
Did he post that in the
Is it? It's not Bantha Stew.
Bantha something? I'm trying to look. Where is miscellaneous? Because there's we have our join a Discord, but we have our self promotion thing where you can Is that where I saw that? Yeah, that is him. Yeah, Bantha Stew. I gotta watch it. Sorry, Brady, if you're listening. I see all these thumbnails of like stuff on Star Wars. I just don't remember
Brady,
where I see.
I know you're listening. I literally think it just came up on my feed on YouTube, and I just started watching it.
How many followers do they got over there? They
Uh,
probably got more than us already.
a lot more than us, bro. They're popping off. Shout out to them. Also, if you guys want us to help you guys,
3,000
subs.
And
they have videos that have like
Brady,
40.
Let's collab.
Yeah. Brady, let's have a conversation.
I gotta watch that video.
Wrong.
But
Dude, they're really good.
21 minutes. Holy smokes.
No. It feels okay. I don't like saying this person's name, but it feels like vintage
Star Wars theory.
Yes.
Back when everybody
Without his
loved him.
face, with him just doing clips of scenes and talking about what could happen if this was an outcome. That's literally what they're doing, and they're doing really good. And so shout out to you, Brady.
Yeah, Bantha Stew on YouTube. Go check it out.
And the editing, like, it's super high quality. I was like, I can't believe that this person is a fan of ours. Like,
because him
I don't feel
with
worthy,
like he just does like the voiceover, but it's a group of people I think that are doing it.
Yeah.
But, all right.
Shout out to you, Brady. What's his podcast?
The Grand Gungan
Army
podcast or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Brady.
Yep. Dude, I'm so behind on people's episodes.
Oh, I am too.
We have so many fans that start podcasts. I try to keep up, and then I'm behind. I'm sorry.
I'm behind too. So sorry to
like
Lucy.
Lucy, I'm like 4 episodes behind. And like I can't even listen to Reddit because it's all Harry Potter. And like I've seen all the movies, so like I could probably get by, but like I don't remember enough.
Well, that's why you listen to get educated. That's
Yeah.
why they listen to us to get educated.
Yeah, I'm like, how do people listen to podcasts? I'm like, it's
Bro,
so hard.
Did you?
I know people like they listen to it when they're at work and stuff, or going on or working out or something, so it's like easy for them. But like for me to like sit down,
Yeah, you
It's-
don't have a way to
it's hard for me
consume
to
it properly.
focus on listening to audio only stuff. But yes, the Spy Dancer, loved it. I want to see more, but we're never gonna see more.
Never say never,
But
probably never.
probably never.
And it's cool because it wants you to want more.
Yeah.
So. Like after watching these shows, like season 1 had good. I feel like had better promotion than season 2. And like
Maybe. Yeah.
and then even like afterwards they're able like the merch and stuff. I'm very curious on what studio they're gonna pick for merch.
I feel like I'm Your Mother would be the most marketable.
The Wallace and Gromit one.
Yeah, just because you can have
because it's a
figures.
familiar. It's also a very familiar art style because it's super popular studio.
Yeah.
I wonder in that behind the scenes they say how long it took to create that episode. Because they probably put so much. It probably took so long to make.
I can't remember. One of them said from like finishing, like from when they got the email from Lucas, and then when they finished, I think it said like a year and a half. I don't know what. I can't remember which episode that was.
Gotcha.
But it takes time because you gotta.
Oh yeah, for sure. All of it takes time, but like the claymation stuff, they're taking shots of every little movement, like.
Yeah.
But at the end of this, here's to say they should probably have hired Dave and have him work for them. The Lego stop motion stuff.
I don't know.
'Cause that boy's popping off and he's pushing them out so quickly. So if you're listening, Wallace and Gromit,
Yeah, hire Dad's door.
we might have a guy for you.
Yep. Wouldn't it be crazy if this was like
That'd be so crazy.
Dad's door's like first thing, like, and like 10 years from now he's super famous, like on
Like-
YouTube doing
And like that wasn't even his goal.
right.
His goal was just to create for us and have fun, and then all of a sudden, like someone just sees it.
Because
And they're like,
who was
"You know
it?
what? Like, we're gonna hire you."
The deepfakes guy on YouTube got hired by Lucasfilm.
Exactly.
Like crazy stuff. I don't know. Like,
And like that's probably wasn't their goal. They probably just want to do it. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like, who goes into creating deepfakes and you're like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life?
right. But
And then they did so good, they're like Disney's like, hey,
my job.
instead of making fun of George, how about we pay you to actually do your job, like, and actually get paid.
Right.
So maybe this is all Dad's Door's plan, though. To put his art out there on a platform.
Hey,
So
that's fine. If that gives us more
cool.
someday, maybe that's gonna
No,
help us
but-
get views too. So
Yeah, exactly. Like
what if this VCU film is what makes us like people just
pop
like
off.
fan film? Oh, cool, fan film. It's an hour and a half long Star Wars fan film. Wow, the review's only like 10 minutes long. And like they click on it and they're like, what is this? And they get sucked in, and then
It's an hour and a half long, and it's gonna take you 7 hours to upload it to YouTube.
no, it's not.
Just kidding.
It's
It's gonna take you a while,
It'll
though.
take like 25 minutes to upload.
That's true. I guess you upload an hour and a half every
2
week.
hours.
anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Well,
That's
that's I Am Your Mother, Journey to the Dark Head, and The Spy Dancer. And so next week will be the final week, but we will be doing The Bandits of Gulak from 88 Pictures, which is out of India. The Pit, which is, do you know how to pronounce this studio? So it's D apostrophe art. Is that supposed to be Dart? and then I don't know how to say this Japanese word, so I'm not even gonna try and say it. But that studio out of Japan
Is the one that did.
partnered with Lucasfilm. So
Yeah, and that studio is the one that did Attack on Titans.
oh, cool.
So that's a big name studio.
So that's out of Japan. Then Ayu Song is by Triggerfish out of South Africa. So I think next week is going to be a good discussion.
Oh yeah,
Good episode.
I'm gonna try to watch the behind the scenes of next week,
That'd be cool.
so I can catch some more.
If you find some time to do stuff.
I'll probably just watch it at my lunch break at work, dude. The behind the scenes.
Yeah, they're only 10 minutes long, so
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just watch it at lunch.
go by pretty quick.
I have an hour lunch break, so.
All right, but anything else before we transition over to everybody's favorite time?
No.
All right, let's transition over.
It's voicemail time.
All right, cool. Well, we just have one voicemail tonight from our good friend Will. You know him, you love him. He's our good and faithful voicemail sender. I feel like he's sent in more voicemails than anyone. Probably. Do you think?
Him and Lucy.
Lucy,
well,
she's
kinda-
had like breaks, so she'll go months at a time.
That's true.
She had a big jump because of the VCU, where she sent in like 30 of them.
But so did Will. Though. Will was in there too.
Will was in there too. Well, Addie has sent a lot.
Most consistent, we could say.
Yep.
Voicemailer.
All right, cool. Well, let's take a listen to what Will has to say tonight.
Hey, Empire Radio. Will here. No question for this week. I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all are doing a great job. When I've been like scrolling YouTube, Instagram, of course I have your notifications on. I see y'all post a lot. You've been doing a lot of reaction episodes and just episodes in general, and I appreciate the content.
All right, thanks, Will. That's very
love
kind
you,
of you. I'm happy you like the content.
Yes.
And hopefully everybody else likes the content. Because I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time editing those reaction videos.
True.
Got those out as fast as I could. And so share the love. Everybody go on our YouTube channel.
Go over there
and watch my reaction videos. They're only like 7-8 minutes long, super quick. If you want to see me get a little teary-eyed during Screecher's Reach, you can see me get teary-eyed. Go click on that. But yeah, thank you, Will. Very kind of you.
Yeah.
But if you want to follow us on all those platforms that Will is following us, like Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, well, there's a link in the description down below, wherever you're listening. Links.co/Empire Radio, links with 2 eyes. And it's a landing page for everything related to Empire Radio. So that's our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, our fan email, the VCU Illustration Project. If you want to leave a voicemail, please click the link right there. It says voicemail. Leave a message. Love to hear from you. Also, needlesslynerdy.com, which is an entertainment network they're a part of. If you like nerdy content, go click on that. Bunch of other articles and podcasts on there all about nerdy stuff, so go click on that. But yeah, if you want to see all of us, everything that we do, you gotta follow us. And so we do more than just a podcast. We have other stuff out there. So
Yep.
And on YouTube, like there's my reaction videos I'm starting to do. Drew has watch parties from all shows and stuff that we've done discussions on.
Toy unboxings.
We have
on Twitch. I've been playing some video games and stuff as well. So go follow us over on Twitch. We're putting out content, you guys, like Will said. So
yeah.
And then Instagram, we put stories out pretty much daily. So
yeah, so
go interact with us over there on the Instagram.
Yeah, and there's also the link for join the Discord. So if you want to come to EmpireCon, get connected on the Discord, check that out. Or if you just want to hang out with a bunch of cool, fun people and their shenanigans. It's been a little quiet the last couple of weeks. People like, it's the end of the school year. I know Jerica just graduated. Did you see that on Instagram? Jerica just graduated. Yeah. So congratulations to Jerica if you're listening.
Yes, shout out to you.
But okay, I was like, that was kind of getting long. But yeah, I know people are busy. It's a crazy time of year. But yeah, go join the
Into
Discord.
the summer, people are gonna come back inside.
Yeah, so it's
right
gonna,
now
it's gonna be
fresh.
pretty crazy. So go check that out.
Yeah.
Anything else, Drew?
No. Last week of Visions next week, and then we got one more before Mr. Andrew comes back.
Yeah, so next week's is 24th, and then after that is the 31st. We got to figure out what we're going to do. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll take a break because we've been going nonstop for...
You'll find out.
We'll find out. If maybe you won't find out, and there just won't be nothing there for you to see. So
no, we'll let you all know.
We'll let you know what we're going to do. But yeah, so then in 3 weeks, so the first week in June, which is the 6th, Andrew will be back for a catch up with Andrew, where he'll give his thoughts on all the Star Wars content that he wasn't here for. So Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Andor, Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, Mando Season 3, Vision Season 2. So
buckle up for that one.
That one's going to be a long episode. So we got to stay focused on your voicemails. So, yeah. Anything else, Drew?
No.
All right. Well, you've been listening to another Visions-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.